You are listening to the Self-Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 99. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about trusting your inner voice, cultivating intuition and insight. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by conflicting thoughts or doubted whether you can trust your intuition, this episode is for you. If you struggle to differentiate between fear-based thinking and the quiet, wise voice within, stick with me. And if you've ever second-guessed yourself on a decision, wondering whether you should have listened to that gut feeling, this is for you too. We're going to talk about the difference between lobby noise and inner wisdom, why trusting your inner voice feels uncomfortable, how to move through the noise, and what lies beyond the noise. Hey, did you know the number one reason most people don't reach their goals? It's the dialogue in their own heads. But what if that inner chatter could actually work for you? Download my free book now and discover how to turn that inner chatter into your greatest asset on the path to goal success. Get your free copy of Master Your Inner Dialogue at theselftrustcoach.com. Now back to the episode. When I talk about trusting your inner voice, it often stirs up discomfort. Why? Because most of us are more used to listening to what I call the lobby noise. Imagine a busy waiting room, people talking loudly, complaining, all wanting to be heard. They're impatient and they're worried. But beyond the door, there's a quieter, calmer space, the place where your true answers lie. And that's your inner wisdom. Most of us are stuck in the lobby, listening to the noise instead of stepping through the door to where our inner wisdom resides. Why? Because we're used to the noise. And in many ways, we've been conditioned to believe it. The lobby noise represents all the doubts, fears, and worries swirling around in your mind. These are the thoughts that tell you you've never done this before, or what if it doesn't work? They're loud and persistent, convincing you that their message is the only truth. But behind that door, the one that the noise distracts you from, lies the calm, steady wisdom that knows your deeper desires and what's possible for you. Your inner wisdom is the part of you that isn't swayed by fear, doubt, or worst case scenarios. It's the part of you that believes in your ability to figure things out. But it's easier to listen to the noise sometimes. Let's face it, trusting yourself is uncomfortable because it feels risky. You might think, what if my intuition is wrong? And this fear of being wrong often makes us choose the noise over the quiet guidance within. The noise may feel more urgent, but that doesn't make it more true. We're wired to avoid discomfort, which is why we sometimes cling to the chatter. It seems safer to stay with the noise because it's familiar. We think, if I just listen to this worry or fear, maybe I'll be safe. But what if listening to your inner voice was the real path to safety? What if trusting yourself was the key to creating the outcomes you desire? The goal here isn't to eliminate the noise. That's not possible, nor is it even necessary. Instead, you can learn to move through it and access the voice of wisdom that's waiting for you. The first step is acknowledging that you hear the noise, but deciding not to believe it, not to judge it or even dismiss it, but to approach it with curiosity. And here are a few questions you can ask. What is this voice really telling me? Is this true, or is there another possibility? What am I afraid of? And what do I need to feel more at ease moving forward? By pausing to ask these questions, you'll stop being reactive to the noise and begin responding to the deeper truth within you. Once you step through the noise, you're greeted by your inner wisdom, the quiet confidence that knows what's best for you. This is where you'll find clarity and insight. This is the space where self-trust grows. From this place, you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know exactly how things will turn out. But you'll have the wisdom to take the next step, trusting that you'll figure it out as you go. Imagine if you trusted your inner voice more often. How would that change the decisions you make? How would it affect the way you pursue your goals or show up in your relationships? When you build the habit of trusting yourself, confidence follows naturally. You become someone who is more sure of your decisions, not because you have all the answers, but because you trust yourself to figure it out on the other side. What will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to recognize when you're listening to the lobby noise and when you're connecting with your inner wisdom. Develop the curiosity to question the doubts and fears that arise rather than simply believing them. Begin trusting yourself even when the path forward is uncertain, knowing you have the wisdom within you to move through it. Start viewing your inner voice as your most reliable guide, not as something to be second guessed or pushed away or even feared. Begin questioning the lobby noise. Ask if it's really true or just fear talking. Your inner wisdom knows the way. Listen to it with trust and curiosity. The more that you show up in this way for your inner wisdom, the more you will have access to it. Remember that confidence comes from taking the next step, not from having all the answers up front. And building self-trust isn't about being right. It's about believing in your ability to figure things out. Thanks for tuning in to the Self-Trust Solution podcast. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and tune in next week for more insights on self-trust and personal growth. Until next time, keep trusting yourself and keep moving forward. Struggling to follow through on your goals? It's time to break the cycle of doubt and frustration. That's why I created the Self-Trust Lab, a simple yet profound path to success. Using my 3E success method, you'll master 3 core skills, overcome 3 common obstacles, and build 1 essential trait: self-trust. Inside the Self-Trust Lab, you don't need more willpower or endless pushing. You need less stress, less second guessing. Instead, you'll get a detailed roadmap for setting and achieving your goal, along with master level coaching to make success inevitable. You'll implement a streamlined approach that incorporates clearer parameters, a mindset of achievement, an infallible follow-through plan, and a strategic obstacle abatement strategy. This isn't just a better way to reach your goals. It's a way that respects all areas of your life while making success possible without burnout. Ready to unlock your potential and reach your dreams with clarity and confidence? Join the Self-Trust Lab today and start your self-trust fueled journey at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self-Trust Lab. See you inside.